trying to get out through the wall. Just simply carry it to term and get out through the door.
He wasn't ready. He was really not ready. He denied. And for me, yeah, me too, I was not ready because it just came. But I accepted it. And I fear abortion because nimeona watu hadi wakifanya abortion, which is really painful. Painful. I was fearing like to die.
Maybe the father doesn't want the baby, doesn't want to accept responsibility. I mean, the biological father of the baby, you know, maybe it's a boy or somebody of an age mate, you know, who was just playing, you know, sex with her and, you know, not somebody who's responsible, right? Or else also when she turns to her family to be, you know, accepted by the mother or the father, and then also they say, we don't shame here, you know, you do it yourself, right? And in such a situation, no, what I feel should be done, no, we should now consult God, you know. Eventually, what does the Word of God say, right? Eventually, you know, what is the heart of God about these things, you know. But now, because people don't live with the heart of God, they just know God in theories. They don't live practically, day to day, they don't relate their problems to God, you know. I'd rather, you know, say, God, fine, you know, they don't want my baby, but, you know, I know you want the baby because, you know, God actually is behind everything, you know.
Immediately when I said I was pregnant, he gave me money to go and abort. I didn't. Yeah, sometimes he's good, sometimes he's not good, until he told me go away. And I did it. Coming back home, my family like left me, all of them, and I was alone. I was living at home, my mom left me, I was alone, and I like, when I got pregnant, okay, when I gave birth alone, eh? But I was not able to remove the placenta. So I had to go, it was an emergency to go to a facility. When I went, it was a bill. I didn't have money. So I stayed there for 1 week until when my sister came and paid. She's the one who came and paid, and life went on. He's now a big boy, he's 3 years. And very good, handsome, and like for me, I encourage guys to be strong. So many women are weak, because like utapata wengine hawataki kuabort, but the guy is the one who is encouraging. They can't because like they are saying they're in love and what. I encourage them to be strong women, strong to face any condition, bad, worse, good. You have to be strong in life. Hata ukiabort still life itakuwa hard the same. Mkipata mtoi, I think it's the better one, because ule mtoto anaku encourage you work even harder than before. For me, someone who like mwenye ufanya abortion, like me nakwambia Mungu akompia na hata wild animals are better because they don't eat their kids when they give birth. Wild animals, so I think they are beasts, and that is it. They don't think twice. They're heartless.
But because people don't want to accept God, they don't want to live with God, they live a life which doesn't have any relationship with God whatsoever, you know. That's why whenever they face a problem, practically being pregnant and giving birth to a child, this cannot be a problem actually, you know. There's food for everybody in this country, there's food for everybody in the world, you know. Whether people live in the street or what, that's not a problem. But now, you know, when you face such a problem and you decide to kill, rather than, you know, facing all those other, shame, let's say, or poverty, or let's say, or there won't be any food for this baby, people will think of us in a very awkward way, all those things are just fears that Satan is planting in the hearts of people, and they are, rejecting, responsibility to live with the heart of God. So that's what I feel should be done here.
And you said something that I would like us to explore, that fear is a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
For this person who's already aborted, now this is one who's aborted once. What about the person who's aborted like twice, thrice, 4 times?
There's no sin that is bigger than the other. They all are on the same ratings.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the devil preaching to you and manipulating your destiny. He brings out a card every time you're trying to get this far. You go like 7 feet, like you're trying to advance. He'll always pull out a card. God has the joker. He always holds the joker. You need to begin moving past it. If you need to begin moving past it, you can move past it. It shouldn't hold you ransom.
Mm-hmm.
It should not hold you ransom. It shouldn't.
Would I be stating it right when I say, when you say the devil is using this or manipulating you on this, the way he does it is on the thoughts he puts on your mind?
Yeah, the guilt conscious, the experience. I actually have someone who came to me and they had a backstreet abortion, and the baby was dipped into the water. The baby came out crying when they did whatever they were doing, and they dipped the baby into the water. She was not very, but she had the cry. So every time she hears the cry of the baby, yeah, and she's sorry for it. She went to the Lord, and she presented herself to the Lord. It's only God who forgives people. It's not man. If God has forgiven you and you know it, and He has forgiven you, you need to move on.
It's interesting you said about this particular case where the woman constantly hears the child crying, and that holds her back. And for us psychologists, we call that flashback or a trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking when you were saying that, and I was wondering, is it almost similar to a guard who has shot someone? Is it the same experience someone who has aborted has of taking life? Is it the same or is it different?
I don't know about a guard who has shot someone. I'm relating from the experiences that people bring to me.
Yeah.
And always, they will always, you can't whitewash it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't whitewash it. Yeah, you cannot whitewash it. You need to be delivered. You can't whitewash it.
And as much as abortion is a controversial topic for people to talk about, it's something that is affecting all of us. I'm glad that Grace came to give her experience on this topic and share her experience with the viewers. Abortion is not an easy thing. Sometimes it looks like a solution, but there are psychological effects that affect. The person who does abortion. Just like a woman who miscarriages, the person who has undergone an abortion has the same faces. They have pain, they have grief, they fear about tomorrow, they hate themselves, and especially if it keeps on happening over and over again, you find that this person will reach a point where we say they are traumatized because they've seen life being taken away. This child might not be yet formed, but its life been taken away. And with that, I would also want Doris to give us a summary of her take, because she talks from the spiritual side of it.
For me, I would like to say, as a man thinketh, so is he. After the abortion, unfortunately, and after you begin to come back to yourself, it is imperative for you to know that that does not necessarily define your future. And whenever the frustration comes in, the loathing, the self-hatred, the low self-esteem, I want you to think on a positive thought about it and know that the past does not necessarily define your future, and there is hope after that. If you, sometimes people, your womb becomes weak and you lose your babies, like you're trying to conceive again and you're losing the baby, I always advocate for the administration of the blood. It's a weapon that is very effective. You safeguard your child with the blood and take the blood, just like it is prescribed in medicine. And I personally would like you to know that as a man thinketh, so is he. So how you think, you must renew your mind. You must constantly, like she says, renew your mind. Speak to yourself about it, and God will set you free.
Thank you, viewers, for being part of us and watching this program. This goes out to the family who thinks their child is very young and needs to abort. Please love them. It happened because it was meant to happen. If the child or the teenager happens to undergo the abortion, know you'll have psychological issues to deal with this particular child, because that means taking life away. And for the society who shuns girls who get pregnant early, or who shuns women for getting pregnant at a late age, or shuns women for giving birth too many times, let it be an eye-opener for you that life is necessary. It just doesn't happen. And if the abortion takes place, be prepared then to offer services for these people, be it taking them to a spiritual counselor or letting them meet with an experienced psychologist to walk them through, because we say they are traumatized and they grieve like as though they lost someone that they loved. Thank you very much.
Well, today's story was quite interesting and also inspiring. What we'd like to tell our viewers is this: do you support abortion or not? If you have any comments, suggestions or opinion, you can send us an email on familymatters@gbskenya.com, or you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and also you can get to watch this episode on YouTube. Till next time, thank you very much for joining us. My name is Timothy Omondi. God bless you.